What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am here to bring you guys another video talking about books. So hopefully by now I've found the footage for my fall haul. That was a haul of books that I got for free, all from my job, and I just wanted to show you guys some new books to my collection. I have recently, like yesterday, reorganized my closet, and that's actually where I house all of my books and my DVDs. So I actually switched the arrangement because now I have less DVDs than I do books. So I wanted to put books in like the bigger shelf, if that makes any sense. I don't know where I stopped off because I had to go do something really quickly, but long story short, I recorded a video of books that I had hauled from my job that I got for free, and now I want to talk about the last couple of books that I am pushing to finish in 2019. I am recording this on, this watch, on the 11th. By the way, this is a really nice watch, not sponsored, they didn't send this to me, they don't know me, but I will link this watch down below. I really like it. It is a fitness based watch. And I could turn off my notifications so it's not connected to my phone, and that was something that was really important to me. And also the watch face is big enough, and it's really nice. I really do like it. So I'm gonna link down below as a tangential item. Hopefully, you guys know me, half the time I say things, I'm gonna link things down and I don't. But if you comment, I always do it after you guys remind me, like, sis, where's my link? So these are all books that I intend to finish before the end of 2019. If you guys are interested in seeing those books, then just keep watching. So I'm excited. I actually went to TJ Maxx today and I got my planner. So excited to plan in my planner, both for YouTube, for my school life, for my work life. I'm doing my blog. I'm excited for the planning. I'm very much a planner. I love to know what's going to happen before it happens. I hate last minute items or plans. I can't stand them. Can't stand them at all. But anyways, these are the books. I'm going to talk about two books because they're actually in my car, and I can't be bothered. So I believe I've talked about this before on my channel. If not, I'm telling you guys now. I read different books at home and different books at work, but I do read at both locations. I just find that reading is very enjoyable. It's very relaxing for me, and if I can't go to sleep, if I can't find anything on YouTube, can't find anything on Netflix, I do just go ahead and read. I have things that I'm reading on multiple different platforms, both physical copies and digital copies, which reminds me I need to get my iPad so I can get that title. But yeah, let me start off with my work items because I only have 3 books that I intend to finish at work before the end of the year. Maybe 4, just depending on how froggy your girl is feeling. The first book I actually have here, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. It is Cloud Atlas. I have already done like a halfway review on my Instagram, and I kind of do like book reviews or book mentions on my Instagram, if you're wondering. This is a movie that I got suggested by a friend during an internship program, and yeah, I heard that it was a book and I just had to read it. Right now I'm at page 220 out of somewhere, and there's like 300 pages, right? No, just kidding, 500 pages. So I'm not even halfway done with this baby. This is a kind of a dense read compared to what I have been reading lately. It is a fiction book, so I thought I was gonna read a little bit faster, but I find myself trying to figure out where in the movie I am when I'm actually reading this book. So that is a difficulty. But either way, I really do enjoy this book thus far. It is a very slow start, so do prepare yourself for that if you are interested in reading this. But like I said, I am around 200 pages. I didn't say who this author was, my bizzles. It is David Mitchell. And I hear a lot of people recommending the rest of his books. So depending on how I feel at the outcome of this book, I will decide if I want to add any more books to my list from him. But this one is a very slow start, and it's a very like dense fiction. And that's a really weird thing for me to say because I find nonfiction very dense, but not fiction. Typically I can speed read through fiction, and this one I have been on it for a while now. For me, I think I'm going on my second week on this book, and that's a very long time for me. I typically can get through a book in a week, so this is unusual, but I'm gonna aim to finish this actually this week because I'm not working on my thesis right now. So I'm gonna really try and nail this to the coffin at work. And yeah, I'm gonna do my best. And yeah, okay, some other books that I'm gonna be working on finishing when I'm at work. I've already read the first book in this series, and this series is called Fenty. And I wanna read the second and the third book. I finished sped read through Fenty in one sitting at work. I think it was about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I sped read through Fenty. So I know I can get through Fenty 2 and Fenty 3 within a day, like literally both books within a day, like a work day. It's just a matter of me finishing Cloud Atlas. I like, if at all possible, to only have one book in a rotation at one location. It's just how my brain works, but that's not to say that I haven't done it before where I've read multiple books in the same location. As long as the theme, not the themes, but as long as the genres and the topics of the book are different, I can separate them in my brain and I can pick them up as soon as I open up the book. So I'm aiming to finish up Cloud Atlas, but if there's a day where I just really don't want to read that, I will just go ahead and reach for the second Fenty and then the third Fenty to just knock those out of the way. Last random tangential, and then I swear I will stay on task. I have read 48 books this year. My goal starting at July was to read 50 by the end of the year. So I literally just need to read 2 of these books to reach my goal. I have plenty of books that I have in mind. So hopefully I can reach that goal. I mean, it's going to be hard for me not to be quite honest, because I do read pretty fast, but I am still like slightly worried. So I might actually read the 2 Fentys to get those out of the way so I know I reached my goal and I can just focus on really enjoying these books. There is another book that I wouldn't mind reading before the end of the year at work. It is a it's called, I believe, Murder at the Yoga Studio. That is actually a book about somebody who got killed at a Lululemon store, which I found very interesting because I didn't hear about that incident, and so I wanted to read about it. So I have it. It's a very thin book too. I think it might be 200 pages soaking wet, so that's another one where I could low-key just speed through it really quickly and knock that out the way. So I theoretically could easily get through 3 books in a work day as soon as tomorrow, but we'll see. I like to kind of, like I said, read 1 book in 1 location at a time, if at all possible. Now, I have my physical books at home that I'm aiming to finish this year. All of the books that I hauled and future hauls, I'm not stressed to get those done because those are actually books for me, like they're my books, whereas these are library books, so I want to get these out of the way. I hate renewing library books over a certain amount of time, and I believe I've already renewed these books once and I'm like over it. I don't want to renew these babies anymore. I think I might have to because I've been milking the first book a little bit too much, but I'm gonna get it together. So the first book I want to talk about is The House of Brides. I really like this book. So this is a book, basically the female main character, what is her name? Oh child, Miranda. She basically it was at one point a fitness professional and a diet professional, and she created an app, and the app blew up. She became an influencer, and then she decided to create a diet in which she could help people with their reproductive health. That blew up in her face, and so she is just like floating around in her life and she doesn't know what to do with her life. She ends up getting a letter from somebody from her dead mom's family that live in a completely different area. I believe they live in London and she lives in Australia, and they basically are asking for help. That person is of course her cousin, and she goes to that location in London, and that's where a majority of this book takes place. So I'm currently on page 137. This is a pretty quick read. I don't know why I'm milking this so much. This has about 300 pages. It's a very easy read. I've been timing myself basically with like this particular book to read based on how many chapters a night. And I believe I'm behind. I believe I fell asleep one night way too early. So I'm on yeah, I fell asleep because I know that I was supposed to be reading 10 chapters a night and I only read 2 chapters that night. So I have some work to do on this book, but theoretically I should be done with this book in about 3 days, because I believe there's about 50 chapters and I've been reading 10 chapters a day. So from now, if I continue on that boat, I should be done in about 3 or 4 days. So within the time that I upload this video, I should have finished this book, and I will be excited because it is a good book, but I want to get more books. I have so many books that I want to read. I've been learning so much about the book world and just seeing so many new interesting books at work, at home, on YouTube. So I'm just really, really excited. And yeah, this is the first book that I wanted to talk about for what I want to read at home. Next, I have the book Queenie. This is a book, I honestly have no idea what this book is about. This book is about Bridget Jones' Diary meets Americana. That's all I needed to hear. I really wanted to read this as soon as I saw that and this cover. This cover is beautiful. Honestly, if this book is halfway decent, I'm going to find a copy on discount somewhere to put into my collection. This cover is just really, really pretty. And I love the message of it. So I am very excited to get this baby into my collection after I've read it, of course. And I haven't started this at all, so I have some work to do on this one. Then I have Under a Dark Sky. This is like a murder mystery type thing where a woman goes to a cabin for a vacation and somebody gets killed, or she gets killed, one or the other, and it's kind of the mystery of figuring out what happened to her. I've been really into murder mysteries a lot, so you'll be seeing a lot of books that I talk about are going to be murder mysteries, a lot of them. But this is one that I'm really interested in, and this is apparently the author of this book is the same author that wrote Little Pretty Things. I've never read or watched. I believe it's a TV show too. I've never watched that either. But yeah, this caught my eye at my local library, so I wanted to go ahead and pick it up. So hopefully I get the chance to get to that one. That's probably going to be the last book out of those 3 library books that I get to, because I'm interested, but like the other 2 really took me. The last book is one that I can low-key milk because it's actually my mom's copy, but it's something that I really, really want to read. If I don't get to this at the end of the year, this is definitely going to be one that I start the new year off, because I just feel like it's going to put me on the right step. I really just, I'm trying to adult and it's not working the best. So I'm hoping that some books that I read and incorporate into my reading will help me adult a little bit better than I currently am. And the book I'm talking about is, of course, Becoming. So I'm very, very excited. Like I said, this is my mom's copy. She doesn't really collect books, so this might end up staying in my collection if she doesn't want it, and if I enjoy it, which I'm betting I will. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this book. I've heard nothing but great things. And yeah, I'm really excited. So those are all the physical books that I have. I do need to go get my iPad so I can figure out the title to the last book that I'm actually reading, because I'm actually reading on my Kindle app. So give me 1 second. Okay, so the last book that I'm actually reading is called The Infinite Pieces of Us, and this is like a really cute, it's definitely a YA book, but it's basically about a girl who goes through so much. She is in high school and her parents are super religious. Well, her stepdad is very religious, Christian, nothing wrong with that, but he projects it and forces it upon her and the rest of the family. And it's kind of just talking about the decisions that people make throughout their life, both the family unit and your own personal decisions. She has some very, very traumatic things that go on to her in her young life. Like I said, she's in high school. I believe she's actually only a sophomore, but a lot of the events happened that are traumatic, they happened to her as a freshman. They ended up having to leave Ohio completely and go to a completely different state. I believe they moved somewhere down south. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that is where they live. And the whole time, the book is really just talking about her and her new friends and how she's finding herself, and accepting some of the flaws that may have occurred along the way. I think this is a really nice book. Very cute book. If I look on my app, I think it said I was about 37% done. I tend to reach for this when I am using public transportation or at really, really late times at night. When I don't want to put my light on but I want to read, I can just read off of my Kindle or my iPad. So I'm on page 87 out of 245. This is one, once again, that I don't mind milking. Like, I got it for free on my Kindle app, and it's not holding up anybody, so you know, I'm not stressed over it. I would like to finish it. I'd like to finish all of these books. Is it possible? Who knows? We'll see. Like I said, it's already December 11th. We have plenty of days left, especially for me, who a person I read quite quickly. So I am very excited. I'm so excited for this journey that I'm taking. I am still using my makeup. Don't get it twisted. I will still be doing makeup videos. Don't get it twisted. But I also want to incorporate more of me. I want to show you guys more of me. I do love to travel. I do love to wear makeup. But I also really enjoy reading and watching movies. These are all things that I do to relax and unwind. And I need a lot of that. I'm in graduate school full time. I'm going to work full time. I have a there's a lot of stress that I pick up. Sometimes it's self-inflicted. I like take on too much. No shots fired. But it's just, these are ways that I like to decompress. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know if you guys want to see more book videos. I'm really interested in doing quite a few book videos. I won't do too many. This is definitely going to stay a majority of a makeup channel. But I'd love to do like, these are the books that I'm reading this month, and give you guys some reviews on some books so that you guys can see it. I know I did one video a while ago and it seemed to go by pretty well. So I'm hoping you guys will enjoy these as well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, y'all, it has been real. Peace.